What's up guys, Welzy here, back again with another video. Today's video I will be doing a deck review of my Danger Dark World hand loop deck that I've been working on for ages. I have here my main, extra deck and side deck over here. So first I'm going to start with my main deck. Now I won't be showing you guys any of the combos because it will take too long. So I'm just going to show you guys the entire deck. So first we have 3 Grappers, 3 Rainbows, 3 Silvers. I know what you guys are going to say. Yes, it is in fact banned on Master Duel, but it's not banned in the TCG, which is great, but they might ban it later on. I hope not, because this card is good for any hand loops you can do with, say, if you had Dark World Dealings and you had a Cerulean in your hand, you discard Cerulean, draw one card, and then Cerulean activates in the graveyard, which goes on to the opponent's side of the field. Cerulean activates its effect, forcing you to discard the silver into the graveyard, then it will be special summoned, and then after that it will activate its effect, which makes your opponent choose 2 cards and put them in the bottom of the deck in any order they want. So it's a pretty good hand loop combo there. Next, 3 Genters. This will be good for basically with the whole Grapher being in the graveyard. You can bounce the Genter from your field to your hand, and then you'll be able to special summon Grapher from the graveyard, which does some really good combos. Also, you can discard it to get Gates of the Dark World, and if it's also in the graveyard and use the effect of Gates of the Dark World to discard 1 card, say Brow, and then you banish it, then Genter activates effect, then Brow activates its effect in the graveyard, you get to draw 1 card, and then Genter will come back from the banishment back onto the field, and you can do all kinds of crazy combos from there. Next, 2 lots of Brow. Good for when you want to do combos and you draw 1 if you discard it by yourself, but if it's an opponent's effect you get to draw 2 instead, so good combo. Next, 2 Ceruleans. As I said, really good combo, goes in hand with silver. And then 1 of beige. Basically, if it's discarded, you can special summon it to the field. Next, the dangers. So basically, Danger Bigfoot, you have to reveal it, and then if it's not discarded, it gets special summoned on the field and you draw 1 card. But if it's discarded, you can destroy a card that your opponent controls. Next, 2 Mothmans. Same deal with Bigfoot, but instead if it's discarded, both players get to draw 1 card and then discard 1 card. No big deal. Thunderbird. Same deal, but if it's discarded, you get to destroy 1 set card on the field. Next, Gates of the Dark World. 3 of. Good for many combos. Also, monsters that gain attack and defense of 300 for every fiend. And you can also discard 1 card and banish 1 card and draw 1, which is good. Dark World Dealings. It forces both players to draw 1 and discard 1, which is good. Accession. Also a good card for fusing. Also, you can banish monsters mentioned from the field or graveyard, which is really good. Also, during the main phase, if this card's in the graveyard, you can add this card and discard 1 Dark World monster, and you can use this one for turn. That's pretty good. Drag Down to the Grave. It makes both players reveal their hand, and the opponent chooses 1 card to discard, then you draw 1, which is good. Now, this card, one of the most broken cards. Card Destruction. Broken. It basically, that's why it's at 1 at the moment, because it makes you discard everything in your hand and you draw the same. 1 Archives and 1 Puppetry. Then we have 3 Dark World Punishments. So basically they're like solemn judgments, and you don't have to pay any cost except for discarding 1 Fiend Dark World monster. It's pretty good, and obviously this will be at 1. Skill Drain. Very powerful card. Pay 1,000 life points. Negate all monsters on the field. Broken. Next up is the extra deck. So we have 3 Grapher, Dragon Lord of the Dark World. Basically, if you have this on the field and your opponent activates effect, you can activate this card's effect which makes you discard one card, which is pretty good for the Dark World deck. Next, 2 Imperial Princess Quinarary. You can detach one card, then target one level 5 monster in either graveyard, special summon it to either field. If a face-up level 5 you control is destroyed by battle or leaves the field by an opponent's card effects while you control this monster, you can add to your hand or switch on one level 5, which is good. Next is number 68, Saffron the Sky Prison. It requires 2 level 8 and it gains 100 attack and defense for every monster in the graveyard. Once per turn, you can attach one material from this card until opponent's next turn. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is pretty broken. Obviously, 2 of, 1 of. Next is 1 of number 75, Bamboozling Gossip Shadow. Then we have number 78, Number Archives. Then we got Cross Sheet, which is pretty powerful in conjunction with its effects. You can use it once per turn. Fusion, switch someone level 4 or lower. Monster from the graveyard. Synchro, all monsters you control gain 700. X or Z, all monsters your opponent controls lose 700, which is pretty good. IP Masquerena, good for when you want to make Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. Barricade Blocker, it lets you search for a continuous or field spell, which is pretty good. Mudraker, also a very powerful card. Brute Enforcer, and Underworld Goddess, the most broken card. Basically, it's unaffected by card effects, and unless it's been targeted, I think. Yep. All face-up monsters your opponent controls will be negated, which is pretty good. Now, last but not least, we have the side deck, which I will be barely using, except if I need to, starting out like some cards if I'm required to. So I got 2 gold, 2 snow, 1 beige, 2 Dark World Puppetry, 2 Dark World Archives, 2 Gateway of the Dark World, 1 Dark World Obsession, 1 Skill Drain, 1 Dark World Brainwashing, and Deck Devastation Virus. I'm just gonna quickly shuffle this for you guys, and I'll show you the hand that can be dealt with. So give me a second. I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically do this the whole way through to properly shuffle my deck, so then I won't brick every time. But it's Yu-Gi-Oh, you know. You always can brick at any time during the game and you can't do anything, which sucks. But with this deck, you can actually plow straight through it, easy peasy, unless you have like problem cards. So I'm just gonna shuffle this up for you guys. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yep, you can. Cool. So I'm gonna shuffle this up. So I'm gonna put the extra deck here. I'm gonna show you my hand. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this is not much I can do except play Gates of the Dark World. I'll use Bigfoot and say I discard that, special summon, draw 1, and then I can then use this to be able to save my opponent. Makes me discard this and makes me draw 1 card again. Well, I can't really do anything. It's a pretty alright hand, but I know I can do better. I think I need to reshuffle it again and see what I can do better. So I did quickly shuffle it again just to make sure. So I have... Nice, actually nice. Okay, so first of all, I would play Gates of the Dark World, and then I would use Mothman, which lets me say I discard Cerulli, I draw 1 card, and then Surely activates in its field, and then I discard Silver, Silver activates, special summon itself, rips 2 cards out of my opponent's hand. Crazy combo. Next, play him. You know, I can wait till another turn and then I can do all kinds of crazy plays. So in my turn here, he does his plays, and his turn for some reason. Alright, I draw. Alright, cool. So since I drew Grapha, I should link summon Muckraker. Now, I can use the effect of Gate to the Dark World to discard Grapha, and then banish Genta, and then Genta activates on the field, and then I can bounce Genta to my hand to special summon my Grapha. Crazy play, crazy combo. And then I can do all kinds of different plays I would show you, but I'm actually running out of time right now. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy this kind of content, consider subscribing, turn on those post notifications, make sure you click all to get notified for when I upload. Thank you guys so much for watching. More coming next year after the new year. Hopefully I'll start again on January sometime. Don't worry guys, I will be having another video before this, and on the 31st I actually will be doing a triple upload, which is going to be insane. So I'm going to try and get this edited as soon as I can, so I hope you guys enjoy. And that being said, I see you guys in the next one. Peace.